Let's look at one of the best narratives, Coca-Cola's Open Happiness. What is the opening hook that Coca-Cola gives us? Coca-Cola is a drink, but it sells like a feeling. Let me begin with a very simple observation. And you should observe it also. Coca-Cola rarely advertises taste. It rarely advertises its ingredients. It almost never talks about price. Yet, it remains one of the most recalled brands in the world. Question is, what does it advertise then? It advertises happiness, togetherness, shared moments. Coca-Cola does not just sell a beverage. It sells a repeatable emotional scene. Today, we will decode how Coca-Cola builds a long-running happiness narrative across campaigns and how that story emphasizes or influences purchase intention and the buying behavior of customers globally. When you imagine a Coke ad, what do you see first? Do you see the drink or the people? Think about it. The core narrative strategy of Coca-Cola is what we call as a master narrative theme. The theme is very simple. Small shared moments create happiness. Shared moments between friends, between parents, between elders. Notice 3 strategic choices that they have made. Let us think as managers now. The Coca-Cola story is always human first. The product is socially placed and the emotion is universally accessible. This 3 points allows Coca-Cola ads to work across cultures, across languages and across multiple age groups. Coca-Cola, the brand, actually becomes the social connector. The product is only a prop, but the people are the hero in the story. Look at the difference that they have created in the market. Let us look at open happiness, right? This campaign came and all of us suddenly started thinking about open happiness. It was a global campaign. It came somewhere in the year 2009 and we are in 2026. Yet, these ads never go out of our memory. These ads, Open Happiness, showed everyday people opening a Coke and triggering joyful social moments. Music, friendship, celebration, multiple things. The story only emphasized on open the bottle and open an emotional moment. So, open happiness. The narrative device that they used was symbolic action. You have to show opening of the bottle, right? The moment you open the bottle, there is a smile. What was this emotion? Joy and anticipation of having a swig of Coke. What did it mean to the customer? This drink is associated with feel-good moments. And it encouraged inclusion of Coke in multiple social occasions. Slowly Open Happiness built a ritual consumption. Whenever there is a celebration, Coke is on the table. Correct? So, opening that Coke while we are doing some other work, while we are saying, hi, hello, how are you, right? Or looking at somebody and we are still opening the bottle, that created the memory. Then of course, we had another campaign which said, share a Coke, correct? The name was personalized. It came during probably one of the high points of the festival season. COCACOLA ran this campaign which said, share a Coke. The bottles actually carried customers' names, right? So, if I am sharing a Coke with my friend, I will write the name of, it is from me to her, so my name is written on the bottle. It was such a personalized way of creating a story. The story here shifts from a Coke to your Coke, correct? So, if I am sending a gift or a Coke to somebody, I tell with love from Suparna. So, what did it bring in? It brought in belonging, it brought in recognition, it brought in a lot of playfulness. But the storytelling tactic used was identity insertion. The bottle now, the can now had my name, correct? So, every customer felt the brand sees me personally. What suddenly happened? There was an increased purchase for self and gifting. People started to share the Coke cans. It encouraged social sharing. It boosted repeat buying to find more and more and more names. This is pure story participation, not just viewing the story. Did you ever search for your name on the bottle? Usually what happens that if anybody has seen their name on the bottle, that is the proof of a narrative engagement. So, Coke will never go out of our lives if I have been able to see my name on a Coke can. So, that is how they built in that engagement across the world. Then came Coca-Cola, the happiness machine. What did we use here? The Coke vending machines had a surprise campaign. Remember, vending machines have started to become very common across institutions nowadays, right? So, how can the brand use that vending machine to build their brand amongst the youth, amongst offices, amongst any places at a go? Multiple people suddenly can start falling in love with Coke. Suddenly what the vending machine started giving out some extras when you are actually buying the bottles. It started giving an extra Coke bottle, it started giving pizzas, sometimes even flowers. And the entire emotion of surprise when I suddenly see, oh wow, a pizza pops out. The delight, the spontaneous joy which the customer had was being captured by the camera. What was the narrative technique used? Unexpected, rewarding moments. What we all understood at that particular point was very simple. Coca-Cola as a brand creates positive surprises. It suddenly increased emotional warmth towards the brand. And we started sharing our Coke bottles and cans. We spread a beautiful, positive word of the mouth. The surprise actually amplified the story spread. Correct? Delight is a memory accelerator. I repeat, delight, when a customer is delighted, it accelerates his memory and the entire experience stays with the customer for years to come. And it was a roaring success across the world. There was one more campaign which came out in India which said brotherly love. What did it do? It had small acts of care stories. How can we take care of each other? You can get into the Coca-Cola archive and see these ads, and maybe I'll also try and put some of the ads here.
Oh brother, oh brother, oh bhai, अजब सा ये रिश्ता है, अजब सी ये यारी, भाई जरा कंट्रोल करो ये मस्ती तुम्हारी, when दिल में इतना प्यार है तो why not स्वीकार है. Oh brother, oh brother, oh भाई, अजब सा ये रिश्ता है, अजब सी ये यारी, oh भाई.
Several Indian Coke films showed sibling care. Right? Beautiful care between a brother and a sister, or two brothers or two sisters. Friendship gestures and small sacrifices that we always keep doing for the younger sibling. What was the emotion used? The emotion engine which was used was warmth, affection, care. The narrative tactic was micro kindness moments. And the customer understood that Coke belongs in moments of human bonding. The behavioral impact in the population was Coke positions its brand inside the family and amongst the friendship rituals. Coke suddenly started supporting frequent low involvement purchases. There is no premium logic and there is no presence logic. It's just that when it started talking about care, warmth and love and small issues where we could share a Coke, there was a spike in buying Coke. So what is the emotional architecture of Coca-Cola storytelling? Coca-Cola repeatedly used the emotional palette of joy, belonging, togetherness, surprise, warmth, and celebration. belonging, togetherness, surprise, warmth, celebration. Please note, what is absent is fear of losing out or urgency of buying the Coke immediately, or that Coke will not be available in the market, scarcity. There was no performance measure. There was nothing to tell that there was an offer happening. But the emotional consistency that they brought to multiple emotions, it suddenly started building strong associative memory. We started associating Coca-Cola with happier moments, with warm moments, with celebratory moments. Coca-Cola, in my view, is one of the best examples of emotion standardization across time. When I say time, across decades. That is why the campaign variation does not break the brand's identity. Stories are told in different ways, but the core message remains the same. Emotional consistency builds memory. I have been telling this again and again. Emotional consistency, character consistency, and voice consistency. Right? Why this kind of narratives drive buying behavior? Why emotional narratives drive us to buy? Let us connect our story to our own behaviors. Happiness storytelling narrative does three behavioral things to us, the consumers. It links the product to occasions, meals, parties, gatherings, celebrations. It brings down decision friction. What does that mean? What should I buy? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? Right? Because you already have a emotional cue. It actually builds habit. Customers never ask or should not ask, should I evaluate this particular drink? Is Coca-Cola the right fit? They don't think about that. Rather, they start thinking, Coca-Cola fits this moment of celebration. So what did the story do? The story actually reduced our cognitive load, our thinking load, right? Coca-Cola does not interrupt happiness. It inserts itself into happiness. Coca-Cola becomes happiness.
हाँ मैं crazy हूँ, crazy crazy. हाँ मैं crazy हूँ, crazy crazy. किसी को smile देना, किसी को खुश कर जाना, अगर ये सब crazy है, हाँ मैं crazy हूँ. हाँ मैं crazy हूँ. किसी का दिन बनाना, खुशी यूं ही लुटाना, अगर ये सब crazy है, हाँ मैं crazy हूँ. Yes, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, 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 crazy. हाँ हाँ मैं crazy हूँ. Yes, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, 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 crazy. हाँ हाँ मैं crazy हूँ.
क्या आप दुनिया को खुश करने के लिए crazy हैं?
So that's the difference between Coca-Cola's different campaigns that have globally reached, and how, by using very simple narrative processing, they have built beautiful connections with people across the world, across genders, across cultures, across age barriers. And Coca-Cola or the Coke can sits with us on our table whenever we have a lovely meal. Till we meet in the next video.